Hello everyone and welcome to Programming Career. I have recently read the book Clean Code by Robert Cecil Martin. He's also known as Uncle Bob and a best-selling author, instructor and a software engineer with more than 30 years of experience. And after reading the book, I thought I can make a video on the lessons learned from this book. So now in this video, I'll discuss the top 5 takeaway from the book on meaningful name of variable, methods or classes, things that are used in programming. So let's dive into that one by one. So the lesson number 1 is use intention revealing names. The name of a variable should reveal the intention of creating it. For example, if you need a variable to have the total elapsed time in days, you should not declare it like int d. Instead, you should declare it like int total elapsed time in days or something like that. The name of variable or function or class should answer all the big questions like why it exists, what it does, and how it is used. I'm moving on to lesson number 2, which is avoid disinformation. We should avoid disinformation with the name of variable or function or classes. We should not try to confuse the programmer with the information provided on the name of the variable. For example, we should not refer to a group of account as an account list in the code unless it is actually a list. If the container holding the account is not actually a list, it may lead to false conclusions. So account group or bunch of accounts or just plain accounts would be better. Moving on to lesson number 3, which is make meaningful distinction. If the name of a variable or a function or class must be different, then they should also mean something different. Do not try to satisfy the compiler by misspelling or adding word in the variable or instance to run the code. For example, if you change the name of a variable, then the code works, then you should not just change it with some garbage value. The next lesson is using pronounceable and searchable names. Programming is a social activity. If you can't pronounce it, you can't discuss it without sounding like an idiot. So it's important to make sure that the name of the variable or function or class is pronounceable. Also, you have to use names of the variable which are easily searchable by ID, so that the programmer who will read your code can easily search throughout the code. For this, single letter code or number in variable name is very difficult to search. We should avoid that. Moving on to the 5th and last takeaway on meaningful name of variable instances and classes, which is use solution domain names and problem domain names. Here the solution domain name means names from computer science terms, and problem domain name means the name from business terms the software is making on. Remember that people who read your code will be programmers, so go ahead and use computer science terms like algorithm names, pattern names, and so forth. When these kind of names are not available or not appropriate, use problem domain names so that at least the programmer who maintain your code can ask the domain expert what it means. So that's all, guys. These are the 5 takeaways from Robert Cecil Martin's Clean Code, a handbook of agile software craftsmanship. I basically summarized the chapter 2 of the book, which is meaningful names, and I hope you have learned something from this video which will help to thrive in your programming career. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you want more similar videos on clean code and about the programming career. Thanks for watching.